Hi, Pastor Nathan Decker with your hashtag Better Together devotion, and we've been talking this week about men and women who have dramatically impacted our faith, whether we realize it or not. And being that I'm a United Methodist pastor, I would be no good if I didn't mention John Wesley, the founder of United Methodism. Now, he was an accidental founder, if you will, of United Methodism, in that he didn't intently go out to try to create a new denomination or a new tribe or a new way of being faithful. Instead, John Wesley was brought up in a family who really, truly wanted to follow God, and they wanted to follow God in their passion and in their pious lifestyle. They wanted to have a life that expressed holiness. And so a part of that was a struggle. Some people might even say that he asked, how on earth can I know that I am saved? And this insecurity about whether God truly loved him kind of drove John Wesley and plowed his path through theology. He went to school. He was a part of a holy club. They jeered at him and made fun of them. They called them people who had methods or Methodists. That was meant to be an insult. But John Wesley owned it, and the Methodist preachers that he would mentor and send forth into the world would proclaim a message of love and hope, and start small groups, and start Sunday school, and help people learn how to read and rise out of poverty. This was big, big things. And all of it came from his struggle of his faith. On one evening, John Wesley went to a church in Aldersgate, and as he attended it, they were reading Martin Luther's commentary on the book of Romans, a sermon, if you will, about the book of Romans. And John Wesley heard the words, and he went back home and wrote in his journals that his heart was strangely warmed by it, that he somehow finally felt that God truly loved him. Now, what's interesting about this is that he later says, I'm not so sure about that. He lives within his doubts. But that moment changes his course. And he's more fervent about sharing God's will. He preaches, he proclaims, he travels all over England by horseback. He goes, instead of going into church to preach at a pulpit, he goes and takes the pulpit outside and has a traveling pulpit that he sets up, and he preaches in the fields, in the coal mines, wherever people gathered. He was in the community, a part of where the community was. The world is my parish, he famously said. And he had lots of little quips and sayings that have become famous. John Wesley impacted my life and your life through his heart being strangely warmed. All of us need to think about the places and the people before us who impacted us and gave us courage and hope to do what we are called to do by God, to do what God tells us to do so that we can be better together. This is Pastor Nathan Decker reminding you to think about those folks who came before you, and maybe to take the pulpit outside.